You better not ask for nothing. 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 Feeding you greatness, everything you need. Pull up to the table and fulfill, you'll be. We got the last week for the culture and what's trending. Foolishness and friends, everything in between.
But y'all not listening when we say don't ask for nothing. Whatever you need,
anything, everything, all things,
you'll be fulfilled right here. Tune in, turn up.
Turn up. Turn up.
What's good, everybody? It's Keem. It's Moni. It's Chish. This is We Have That at to say this is Moni, the detective exploradora.
Tell me, okay?
And this is, she really looked like she from Spanish Harlem today.
I have a problem. I saw your problem, okay? Okay. You need a duca, I cook it, okay? Mami. ¿Qué lo que?
You too good. You too good.
I love it up there. Washington Heights is, first of all, it's always live.
I believe it.
Always 2,000 cars on the streets with body kits, loud Hispanic music everywhere. A sense of, it's just live. If you
Turn up.
Go to the Heights.
Turn up, everybody.
Yes. It's just walking down the street. It's just like, this, everything is happening.
Just life. Go on.
That's live.
Yes.
That's live.
So, I was supposed to be doing, I haven't been doing good at this at all. My woman, do y'all have a woman you want to honor?
My mama.
My mama. Hey, Ma.
She's my favorite girl.
I just was talking to my coworkers today. My coworker was saying how her mom had gave her some burgers, but she was going to mess with her and tell her she forgot the utensils. And we got into this conversation about how moms just become moms and they always taking care of everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, my mom is like a mom. Every day when we came home from school, we had hot dinners waiting for us. Yeah. Whether it's pots on the stove, names on the plates already made. She always did it, and she was always at work by the time we got home. So she was going in. Never needed, never wanted, never witnessed what the struggle was because she held it down.
Nice.
Shout out to my mama.
Shout out to Mama Kane.
Mama.
What's your mama song? We both sang a mama song. What's your mama song, Kane? I said,
thought about,
you heard us? You heard Jeesh and me?
Yeah, but I thought about Boys to Men.
Mm-hmm.
You give me everything and everything you give me. I always even inside.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
He's so crazy. Mama.
That's not what he was singing. I'll always love my mama.
No, that's what.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I didn't peep it.
Yeah.
We had lead vocalist Jeesh over top of.
Shut the. Way too much.
He was up over top of Moni. He put her. Get back there.
Hey.
So
we all have our mugs, y'all.
Woo! With our faces on it. Who would have thought we had faces on cups?
Happy though, because I always have a mug, so it's nice to have something that belongs to us.
Yeah. It's popping. Not so much like Little Mama's lip gloss, as Jackie Harry said.
Oh my God!
The news is popping.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on.
I feel like we had our menu, but we could freestyle based off of everything that's been released.
Yo, let's have a news update because I have a news update I want to talk about too. What happened with Little Mama? What happened? You go ahead.
Spring has sprung.
Little Mama was talking about how transgender should come out as an adult. If you choose to be gay, if you choose to be lesbian or anything of the LGBT community, you should wait until you're an adult, and parents should wait for their children to transition as an adult. But I don't think Lil Mama is transgender at all, so I don't know how she's talking about it.
I mean, as you said that, it made me think. So people who are not transgender, can they? I mean, I don't know if she is or she isn't. What like
I don't know.
She made a joke.
Oh.
She made a joke saying, she said, "How can I be transphobic and I'm Lil Bow Wow?"
What?
because
she was making a joke and saying that they the same person.
Okay, I get it.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I guess she can have an opinion. No, that's how she feels about it.
I think you can have an opinion, but when you say things like "when you choose to be,"
it sounds like you're ignorant.
It sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. And I can't talk on transness because I have no clue about it. That's not my story.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of people like to talk. They have mouths, big mouths. They like to say what they feel like saying. But sometimes you got to tread lightly.
Yeah. I think like with that, it's like I listen to the voices of the people who come from the community, and what I've heard and people have said to me is that it does not feel like a choice, that when you're a kid, you know, like anybody you ask, like, when did you know or whatever, or it's like, once I experienced it, it felt so natural to me.
Right.
That I couldn't deny that part of myself. So I'm like, that's the narrative I've heard from most people I've spoken to. So that's what I,
yeah.
rock
Can
with.
we get some waves from the viewers? Show us that you're here. Let me see y'all.
Check in.
Turn up for the daily check-ins over here.
Yes. Since you said tap in, do you want to just get into it?
Oh my God.
Updates.
What up, PKS? Is this our homie from PK? PKS?
Yo.
What's up? You came back again. Over there on Twitch. What's good?
What happened with Sweetie? We talked about her last week, but there's been an update.
Oh, here, G. Oh, G. I'm sorry. That's my story. I'm sorry, G. She's just that's our Croatia homie. What's up, PKS?
What's up? Wait, all the way at We live.
I'm too hyped, but what's up? So today an elevator fight came out. What up, Julia? Today an elevator fight came out between Quavo and Saweetie. He was snatching and yanking. He banged her into the elevator wall. She ended up on the ground. She limped out of the elevator. At the beginning of the video, she swung on that nigga. And he jumped back. I like a good theatric if y'all can't tell. Continue to check in for me. If you're here, say what's up so we can say what up. It's not much going on, PKS. We're chilling. PKS, give me your name so I don't have to call you PKS. You already my homie. Tell me your name.
Pax.
Come on, Pax. We can go with Pax. So, I mean, that's the only thing that happened, but what up, Corp?
Hey.
So, not the yerp. My God, I missed that little R in there. I missed that little R. So people are now debating abuse. So they're like, he still doesn't have the right to touch her, because apparently she tried to grab something of his off the elevator. He snatched that out of her hand, knocked her into the wall. She swung on him, but she didn't hit him.
Patty!
Come on! What's up? R&B. I got 3 words for you. R&B. PKS is easier. We gonna go with PKS.
Okay, we're gonna go for PKS. Pax.
Thank you for coming through again, homie. So now people are debating what abuse is, but I mean, he threw her into a wall. It took her a significant amount of time to recoup and get up off the ground, and she limped out the elevator.
So what's the debate?
So they were having if he was abusing her. They was like,
throws you up against the wall.
They said they were tussling. He did not hit her. But to be thrown into a wall and hurt.
Listen, I know that we've all grown up in the generation of baby boy, and we think that tussling with a man is part of the struggle and stuff like that. But
listen, it's
I can't advocate that that's something healthy, and
I think that
it's not.
Remember that abuse starts with emotional, mental.
She did. I mean, she named that.
So I mean, if you get thrown into a wall,
cheating and beating, What? What else? You know? Clearly,
and everybody was like, yo, y'all want to be these people's goals, but behind closed doors, they're going through it.
Yeah. And it's like, look at his like worded tweets. You can tell that he's like, nah.
Yeah, I did you wrong. Yeah, I did all that. I hurt you, but you ain't who I thought you was.
You know what that is? That's the you looked in my phone and found X. Well, you shouldn't have been in my phone. That's not the conversation.
Hold on. I don't know about that one now. I don't know. Hold on.
A magnifying glass. Well, I'm interested. It's not. It's the person for looking.
Go ahead, Jeesh.
Oh no! Listen. I'm still in shock at the news.
You better switch it up.
It's like the new domestic violence is domestic violence.
Yeah. Law and Order plot. It's gonna be on Law and Order next week.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that was just a portion of the video. Like we don't know what happened. We obviously seen both of them. Like
no, Jeesh.
Didn't she swing first?
Is there something that could happen before that would warrant her being swung against a wall?
Devin, we gonna get you a coffee mug.
I mean, if yeah, we got you, young Dev.
If what?
You said what?
You said if what? I'm waiting for that condition that would warrant her being slammed.
I mean, it seems okay. So listen, didn't she swing first? Wasn't it like they was fighting, right?
To throw her,
but it didn't even connect. A swing warrants you getting swung.
I mean, it seemed more so like he was trying to like pull her back into the elevator, like.
You better beat, and you better beat with no shame in your soul. Shorty was hurt. She was on the floor, head down, moving back and forth.
Like they was fighting over.
She limped off the elevator.
Yeah, it's just not okay when you get to a point where you feel like you need to put your hands on somebody to control them. It's a control issue. I feel like it is okay to violate you, but you don't walk around in your life and do that. When somebody gives you a hard time, you don't throw them or hit them or whatever, pull them back, don't leave. You don't behave like that with anybody else except for the person closest to you. And that is not what it should be.
Right. And they said they called it a tussle. They were trying to define it.
I mean, it looked like they was fighting.
You're trying to tear down the black man. This black man agenda, like, I get it, black power. But this specifically black man agenda, and it's connected to everything, which we'll get into if we talk about Sir Nas X. This black man agenda, as a matter of fact.
But just to end that, it's like, yeah, there may be an agenda if that's what you believe. Fine, you can connect any sort of pieces and create an agenda. But it's also like it is not helping anybody or any situation to pretend like this is okay or it's not happening.
No,
like you need to be like it needs to be a certain honesty about it.
Abuse is not okay at all. I mean, like from what I got from it, it was just like they was tussling over that suitcase that you trying to get from it, and then of course he got physical, like you know what I'm saying. He definitely slung her, but I don't know, like that was.
It's the Baphomet.
It's the Baphomet. And we be on point though.
We've been on the same page.
We been on point though. We do be. Yeah, I just think that, you know, like I'm not defending it at all, but I'm just like, damn, like that was, you know, in the past they've been together since.
Hold on. Our boss is here. Our boss is here.
All right,
our boss is here. Hold on. He broke it down. She attacked him and tried to take his orange Call of Duty case. Is that what that was? They was talking about his game console.
Duh.
So that's what it was. She went to grab it. She swung. He missed it. She grabbed it again. He snatched it from her hand, knocked her into the damn wall. They were tussling.
Yeah.
They were going. Then he looked up at the camera. He said,
he looked directly at the camera like, fuck.
Then he stood outside like, what are you doing? What's wrong? Why are you down there?
In that elevator.
Where was what?
This by her side to fuck him up.
Do you guys agree with Mr. Vons?
No, I hope that he's playing. I know.
Bring your fiance here. Let me see what she got to say about the orange Call of Duty case.
Kaylin be like, I
said, put my Call of Duty case down.
Clothesline her. She needs to be clotheslined.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild, y'all.
Yes, but that segue. Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X.
Little nasty.
Hold on.
The Little Nas.
Hold on. You out here watching them box in the street?
Are you available? Come on the episode. Like,
come on, Kate. Come on.
We need the
you can go right. You can go right to the link, the website, and click into the broadcast. Come on, real quick. Come on, because Mo ready. Mo is ready.
Serious or not? I need clarity. It wasn't the first time she put hands on.
Not only with the babe.
Abused man. And even he's an abused man. So he's an abused man. His response was, instead of leaving the relationship with his dignity and pride and self-respect, he was like, no, I'm gonna beat her and cheat on her. Appropriate response. That's what wounded and broken people do, and it's healthy.
And our boss will be on the broadcast in a few moments. So let's get into. Go ahead, Mo.
Lil Nas X. We're gonna come back to this though, because if he comes on for real, we're coming back to it. Y'all know Lil Nas X on Demon Time. Quite literally.
Oh, bloody shoes. bloody and y'all was okay with it with Cardi. Cardi said she pleased the blood of Jesus over y'all trying to associate her with Lil Nas X. But remember, her first single dealt with the bloody shoes.
And she hopped on his remix. They cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got a song on his album.
Yeah.
Y'all want to run it down?
What about the video and the shoes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
this song is called "Call Me by Your Name." In parentheses, Montero or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce it. Montero.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So in the video, he's the part that everybody talking about is him leaving heaven on a stripper pole and going down to hell and giving the devil a lap dance. That was pretty much
the crazy part for me. The crazy part for me was that in the video, people are picking. In the video, he starts off in heaven.
White wig.
Blue, icy, heaven, light, white. And he got to a point in life where they carried him to hell and he slid down a stripper pole into hell. Clearly, there's a story being told.
There's a story, yeah.
But does anybody want to look into the story? No. It's just automatically, you're brainwashing our kids. Gay, black man agenda. They're trying to wipe us, get rid of it.
Do y'all think it's an agenda?
Jeesh.
An agenda.
It's up your alley, Jeesh. Is there an agenda or no?
To feminize men, to black men.
I mean, it seems like we're in a time where, doing that and saying that kind of helps. Like, we've seen artists, even that really wasn't even a part of the community, like, claim it. To get, hey,
you guys,
hey, pop in on us real quick. We got ourselves a debate.
Come on, Mr. Boss Man. Okay. Everybody, this is Mr. Hellll. He's provided us with this platform, and we're about to give him the floor for this topic. So we were talking about Saweetie and Quavo. What do you got to say?
I need to know if you're serious.
From my take, the video starts with him walking away. She swings on him. He drops his case to dodge the punches. She then takes the case, goes into the elevator. He comes and tries to take the case from her, and she basically tries to shield it with her body. And he snatches the case from her, and then she lays on the ground like, woe is me. Oh, I'm just the victim. Oh, my God. He hurt me so bad. And it's like, bro, it's a Call of Duty case. He probably got his PS5 in there. And you know how men are with their video games. Mm-hmm. And you trying to take this man's video game. What are you doing?
So it was more of a manhandle, like they were both fighting over the case. So it was more of a he was trying to restrain her from the case.
Yes, but she swung on him from the get-go. She didn't connect.
She did
but
not.
She already tried to take it to the max. And the way she just fired on him, I don't believe that was the first time that she got physical. The way she just took off like that, this is probably something that's been going on for a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And because he doesn't do anything to her, she feels like she can fire on him, and there's not going to be no ramifications.
Is that how he knew that right hook was coming? And he was able to matrix that?
Exactly. He already knew. He already seen her. The top lip was probably quivering or something, some type of tail, but he already knew she was finna take it.
Mo is waiting for you. Go ahead, Mo.
This is ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
I honestly don't know 100% if he's being serious. Talking about the PS5.
I'm dead serious. It was a Call of Duty case. His PS5. You buy that case to carry your game. He had his PS5 in there. Why is she wrestling for her life for his PS5? Explain that to me.
Caleb is trying to rob me up, y'all. I can't. That you keep saying a PS5 as if it has a lot of weight and importance. That means absolutely nothing to me. So I'm like, there's not a PS5 or PS10 or PS25 that's gonna.
That's what women don't understand is that it's a lot of time that we put into these video games, not effort, it's a lot of time. I spent 100 hours on this game. So you're erasing 100 hours of my time when you mess with my game.
So did you feel a bit of bad?
It's the life. It's the time that I put into this game that you're not taking into context.
But I'm taking into the context the fact that we are adult people and we have to navigate the world. And when you go to work, you can't fuck somebody up because they touched your shit. Or you're never going to have a job anywhere or be able to work with other people because you just can't operate that way in community. So why is it okay to hit your romantic partner when they touch your shit, but not the nigga who violated you outside?
He didn't hit her. He wrestled his case away from her. So what he was so you say that because she's a female, I have to allow her to just take my case and do whatever she wants. And if she wants to she obviously wants to get physical with me, which I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to recover my belongings. But she's getting physical with me, and now you put me in a corner where I have no option but to get physical back with you. And that's what women do. Women put men in a position, and then the moment that he reacts with something physical, you lay down on the ground. And you act like you can't breathe. You lay it out.
This is what you're saying when you say that he was not on his own volition taking action, that she made him do something.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying and she can do whatever she wants to do because he's brainless. But that's not the case. He made a choice to react the way he did. I'm going to react with violence.
He could have been Jay-Z in this situation. He could have been Jay-Z to Solange.
You stand
that composure. And she didn't have none of Jay-Z's belongings. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let you leave with my belongings.
But she was whooping his ass.
That thing don't mean that. Come on now, hours. I don't care. That don't mean that much to him.
Yes, it does mean a lot to. That's why women. There's a lot of jokes that go around and memes that go around about men in video games because you guys don't take it seriously. And you guys
not think men in video games.
What if a nigga took all your makeup and flushed it down the toilet? How would you feel? It's not about the $2.
I don't worry about material things.
Hey, I built up a collection of makeup for him to just dump it.
I would never.
Not about that. It's about a line. It's about a line that women cross. It's a line in the sand, so and women cross this line, and nothing is done. And that's my point: is that when women cross the line, there's nothing malicious about it. You've seen this woman take off on this man from the beginning of the video, and you have nothing wrong to say about that.
I'm not saying that she's right. I'm saying that he would not react the same way if that was another man. He would do something, he would not react the same way. It's because, or with another woman that was a stranger or not his romantic partner. He did it because she's close to him and he felt it was cool to violate her because nothing was going to happen to him. He started thinking about that shit after he looked up at the camera and was like, oh shit, my career. Material things, man, woman, there's no reason for you to violate somebody's body. That's not your place in the world.
My question is, if material things mean nothing, then why do women always go for men's material possessions? This is your go-to move when you get mad at a man. But then you say this is the go-to. So explain to me the mentality behind the woman going to attack the man and attack his personal belongings. Why do women do this? If you're saying that this is not, so men are just supposed to sit back and accept it. Andre Rison with what's her name, Left Eye. She poured bleach on his stuff, lit his whole house on fire. He's just supposed to sit back and do nothing. What is the expectation? That's not. I'm not saying that he's not wrong.
Why did he end up with her again after that? Why be in a relationship with somebody after you burned your house and violated you? Why go back?
Yeah, true.
You like some part of that. Some part of that is stimulating to you, or you would be out. The maturity.
That's why I said it wasn't the first time. Because for him to go back,
so no accountability.
That means that probably an element that's probably existed in their relationship for a while now. This is not the first time. This is just the first time that we're hearing about it. This is probably something that's been going on.
It's not okay
the whole
to
damn
put
time.
the pause on anybody. It's not okay to put the pause on anybody. I think that Caleb, you know, he's feeling it because he feels like there's a double standard. Whereas we seen this video where there clearly was a mutual tussle, but everybody's jumping on Quavo's neck. I get it. The guys do get it. The guys do get beat on and ain't supposed to react, and they try to walk away and all of that other stuff. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, she ended up falling into the wall, getting hit into the wall, blah, blah, blah. It looks bad. And that's what people are going to think about. Equal right, equal lefts. Shout out to PKS.
So you can't look at the situation in silo. Like, you can't look at it in silo. This is in context of the world. If men and women were equal physically, they would play sports together, and they don't for a reason. So for a man to sit there and say, get physical with a woman and say, oh, it doesn't matter if she's a woman, it does. It does, period.
I didn't say that it doesn't matter.
On your man,
what I'm saying is, what type of man? But my question is, which as a woman, what do you say the man should do? Though she swings on you, she attempts to take your belongings, and you were already trying to walk away when she tried to spring on you. So that shows that you were already attempting to walk away.
What if she wanted?
You have a problem with him the way what is the right response to this?
You keep walking. You keep
going. You just say whatever.
Listen, I'm sure they get together. He could have came back for that shit, man.
Yes, you do. And you never, if you really, that situation was that hurtful to you, you never go back to it again, and you move on with your life. There's nothing else there for you if that's what it is. You don't have to tear stuff.
1,000 hours I got on that PS5 is so dear to my heart.
You'll get it back.
It's just a PS5, but it's the hours that go into it to start over.
It's okay.
It's so frustrating for a man.
People
I had it
over in their lives all the time. It just makes you stronger.
I think that's another thing is that people don't think about that was his video game in that case. All the gamers know that was an orange Call of Duty case that you put your PS5 in.
Somebody else was saying it was a game console, and I'm like, well, what? I ain't never seen that joint before.
It's a collector's item. So Call of Duty don't sell that case to everybody. They only sold like 500. So it's a collector's item that he's carrying his PS5.
Well, listen, she was swinging that thing. I thought the handle could have been broken off or something like that. Yeah. I can't wait to hear them talk. They're going to say something about it because
it's probably worth more money now.
Exactly, handling that one of 500 Call of Duty case. You know, my collector's item too.
Come on, Kayla. I'm gonna have Kayla be my lawyer. I want half Moni, half Kayla, because the way y'all going. We're gonna win, y'all.
Yeah, we getting that check.
Yo,
I seen y'all talking about the Lil Nas stuff. I ain't seen none of this stuff. I heard about it, but this stuff. Have y'all seen it?
Yeah, I seen the video.
Yeah, we about to get into that because
and the Nikes.
Well, we talked about it a little bit. He came out with the video. It was like him in heaven coming down into hell, giving the devil a lap dance. Obviously, very salacious. He's mad funny. He was on Twitter. He was like, "I'm gay, y'all."
I don't care.
They were like pushing this agenda that's trying to feminize black men and like black, like it's an agenda pushing. Do you think that he's just out here being himself, being his gay, flamboyant self? That's what he enjoys, or is he like pushing? I don't know. Is a machine pushing an agenda? Is the industry like pushing him on us because that's what they want?
I don't think so. Old Town Road, the song, blew up before the video. So the song was already popping before we even seen this guy. Yeah, in the moment that the video, in the moment that the video came out, the kids were singing it, and he came out and told everybody he gay, and that what I'm talking about in the song is referring to my sexual orientation. So he let you know at the door, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you can't accept that, or you trying to make it some type of agenda, no, he's gay. He loves it. Let that man live.
Yeah. And that's just
That's
what
where
it
I'm at
is.
with it.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
mean,
much yeah.
I don't think that him associating, I think that they saying all gay people go to hell is what he's poking fun at.
That's what it was.
That's the conversation that he's really trying to bring up, is because I'm gay, because I choose this sexual orientation, I'm automatically damned. Well, if that's the way you feel, then hey, I enjoy being who I am.
That's
and
it.
I'm gonna party it up. And if that gets me to hell, then whatever. So I understand it, but it's less about him and more about the Bible saying gay people automatically go to hell.
Do you think that people are more outrageous at this devil scene or his sexuality? Because people are saying that they feel like that's what people are upset with, not the devil, who he is.
I think that is just because the kids listen to him. If little white kids wasn't listening to him, then it wouldn't be
people are crazy because, like we're talking about, Old Town Road wasn't a kid song. Y'all made it a kid song because y'all just were singing Old Town Road.
Yeah.
And a horsey. But y'all wasn't paying attention to the lyrics.
The Odd Future dude, what's his name?
Tyler, the Creator.
Tyler, the Creator. He be talking about gay stuff and talking about going to hell, and nobody's put it to this
a lot
level.
of people. They were talking about 3-6 Mafia, 666 Mafia. They were talking about DMX used a lot of demonic imagery and things like that. It's been in hip hop. It's been in artistry. And again, the video, he started off in heaven.
I think,
and then he went down to hell. There was a whole video and story.
Yeah, and when he played multiple characters too, like he wasn't just
the people. They were like gay.
They were like, hold on,
with religion, showing it to our kids. Hell no! Like it's like all like 3 of those layers. He's a pop star. He's not a rap star in a little niche somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very big. It's like the Super Bowl when people perform Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, like a bunch of complaints and stuff like that, because it's like that type of exposure. It's like our kids, our religion, our homes. Yeah. What it's, and it's just, I think, but I love the way he handles it. Like the ultimate troll.
Yeah.
I think once you get to a certain level, like you just, whatever you do, people are going to critique it and people are going to oppose it. Like, just because like they expect you to be perfect, but you got to be you. Like, well, it's like once you, like you said, when you got that level of popularity, like everybody not going to be with it, no matter what he would have dropped, nobody would have been okay with it. Like, it would have been a group of people that was like, no.
Yeah. Right. As long as he was being himself in that video, like what people would have a problem with it.
I think that it really just shows the contradiction of the world. These senators and these dignitaries be undercover gay people and they push this gay agenda. But then when somebody is enjoying the liberties that you bestowed on them, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, don't do that. You fought for all these rights for me to be able to do this. And now that I'm free with it, now you're trying to pull the rails back.
Right.
It's like, what is it going to be?
It's crazy. They can't keep up.
They can't. America, man, they decide what they want. They're like a woman when you ask them what they want to eat. That's what America is. That's the best way to describe it.
I don't know if we're able to say the word woman for the rest of this episode because Moni is tired.
Man.
Come on, Caleb.
I was going to read this little letter that Nas wrote to himself. He wrote to his 14-year-old self once the video came out.
Okay.
He said, I wrote a song with our name in it. It's about a guy I met last summer. I know we promised to never come out publicly. I know we promised to never be that type of gay person. I know we promised to die with the secret, but this will open doors for many other queer people to simply exist. You see, this is very scary for me. People will be angry. They will say I'm pushing an agenda, but the truth is I am. The agenda to make people say, to stay the fuck out of other people's lives and stop dictating who they should be. Sending you love from the future. That's what he wrote to his 14-year-old self, which is a powerful message.
Yeah.
And he knew what the backlash would be. Let's not forget that this man made himself viral with Old Town Road. He created that hype. He created the memes on his own Twitter and got his own self popping. He knows how to get you guys talking. And he talked about, he was like, yo, y'all going on for 5 days about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 5 whole days and y'all talking about the devil every day. Like,
very bothered.
I think that he knows what he's doing. He knows how to market himself. He's going to stay popping, and he's in control of the narrative, and people don't realize that.
Yeah. I think
people are like, be careful, he's coming after our kids. How?
Like, this country needs to get over themselves. It's like a very fake facade, a narrative that we want to keep of this like old time where people are pure and everything was perfect, and it's not. And it's just like, stop. Gay people exist. Let them gay. Like, you know, like, and let that man be gay.
I think that is normal at this point in regular society for the most part. You know, it's just on the internet that you still see this stuff. Because in regular society, 90% of this stuff doesn't even exist.
Right.
You know, we've been coexisting. It's been since Obama's first 2-3 years, you know. So it's been, we 8-9 years in. So in real life, none of this shit occurs, but on the internet, there's always some type of uproar for some reason.
It's ridiculous.
Twitter fingers.
That's because folks ain't trying to mind their business.
People need something to complain about.
If you don't like it, move on.
That is true, though. There's always something every other day. You watch TMZ, it's a new something to complain about.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's always gonna be that.
Is this to complain about? This is the, you know, what people do in real life, and this has been in the news and everything like that. Did y'all see what happened between Sheryl Underwood and Sharon Osbourne on The View?
No.
Nothing at all? All right. Do y'all know?
Caleb don't watch TV. He ain't got time. He's busy.
I do not.
I know, but it was clips out there and everything because they really think that Sharon Osbourne like crossed the line and kind of violated Sheryl Underwood on the show. So Piers Morgan has been going off about the royal interview and Meghan Markle being a liar and all this stuff. And then they were on The View talking about it. And Sharon Osbourne and Sheryl Underwood started having a conversation. And then Sheryl Underwood started crying. You know, she got teary, whatever. She was passionate about what she was talking about that he was being racist. And then Sharon Osbourne went on like, you know, he's not being racist. He's not being racist. Tell me one thing that he said was racist. And don't you start crying again. I'm the one that should be crying because this is something that, you know, going on and on, telling her she shouldn't be crying. He's not racist and, you know, attacking somebody who's saying that they felt like his comments are racist. And it just really, like, it looked bad on her. And obviously people were attacking her on the internet. But it was like, in that moment, she didn't realize she was crossing a line with someone. Because later on, she said that she was only doing that because she didn't want people to think that she was racist.
Right. I seen it.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think that was like back in the day, that sounded more like something that would come from a man as far as like a misogynistic point of view. But nowadays you get more of that from women versus women than you do. And I think reality TV really ramped that up where you get these cold-hearted women versus women exchanges that you typically didn't used to see. You know, like these little this catty stuff has become mainstream. So now when she goes on live on TV and does this, she's thinking that it's being viewed the same way these exchanges on the Real Housewives or whatever is being viewed. But because it's a different platform, you have a different reaction to it. But I think that it's no different than the Real Housewives or whatever getting into it. But because it's a different platform with some prestige, we supposed to look at it differently. It's no a tomato is a tomato. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No matter what it's at, whether it's in a salad or on the sandwich, man.
No, I think when you go on reality TV, you know the expectation when you go on that show that there's a certain amount of trash. I don't know if Sheryl Underwood went on that show and thought somebody was going to attack her about racism and have a conversation and yell at her and like disrespect her. I don't think like it's that type of like show. I mean, yes, I agree. Like that cattiness from the reality TV probably does carry over, but I don't know if everybody that's on there subscribes to that.
I think that they tried to keep like a cute cattiness. Sharon did an interview after all that happened and was saying that the producers set all the women up to present things that weren't appropriate. So the first thing was apparently one of the hosts asked a black woman, why is it okay for us to use the N-word and not her? She was Asian. And the Asian woman knew that wasn't the right thing to say. She ended up in tears just from asking it herself. And then Sharon was saying that they blindsided her with presenting, even talking about Pierce. I think she said she didn't want to talk about it on air or something like that.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it just was a raw moment for everybody. And Sharon felt caught off guard, attacked. So she was coming at Sheryl, but it just didn't come. It didn't look right for her.
No.
It didn't look right for her at all.
That's why you have to own your own platform, because you get up there and then you get handed these questions. That reminded me of who was that? Roxy with August Alstina, and he was beefing with Trey Songz on the tail end of 106 in Park.
Yeah,
and they asked. He said, "I told you not to," but they handed her.
I told you not to ask me that.
You know what I'm saying? It popped up on the teleprompter, so she just
had to read it. She ain't even know.
Exactly, but you're contractually obligated to sit down and talk about what's on that contract, you know.
And now your career is ruined. It's crazy.
Exactly. So we got to have more creative control of our platform so that we're not put in these positions to just get done like that. I think the producers did railroad everybody.
Mm-hmm. They had they got them damn cards and was like,
they got what they want.
Can I say the N-word? Like you look stupid.
Well, there's gotta be some like pride.
You know why you can't say the N-word. That's why you ended up crying. She was like, why can't I say it?
That's ridiculous. Another perspective from Amar is because you shouldn't police who should cry, and she addressed Sheryl in a dehumanizing manner and dismissed the issue.
Yep.
Yeah,
she was answering a question, but she didn't care about the answer.
No.
She was worrying about defending herself and looking a certain type of way, but she still ended up looking a certain type of way.
I think racism is too hot of a topic right now for anybody to just be like thoughtless decisions and being
But do you think that white people should get fired for the first transgression that occurs? Any type of anything, they just losing their jobs. And I'm a black nationalist, but I don't believe that all these people should just be losing their job off of the first little inkling of anything.
I feel like what Amar said was kind of true. Like it was just very degrading the way she was behaving, and I don't know. It's like a certain dynamic on the show. After you behave like that and you go on the show again, like you're going to lose a certain amount of people. Yeah. So business decision, whether that was wise or not, I don't know. Should she have? I mean, it may have. I mean, for me, it's business. I don't think they did it because they were trying to be sensitive.
Yeah. On these larger platforms, you're losing your job in the day. They don't really have time to risk it.
Yeah. It's about your ratings. So them ratings drop.
But she's suing them. They talking about $10 million payout, maybe.
Oh, Sharon is suing the network?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think she might win that. I think they're going to settle out of court.
And they started saying that she was called Julie Chen Chink. She was doing a lot of racist stuff behind the scenes.
Oh, not Sharon.
So it's a whole thing.
I can hear it coming out her British mouth. Unfortunately, Sharon only calmed down once another fellow white coworker chimed in and calmed her down. She was just super defensive the whole time. Yes,
I'm gonna have to go watch this now. Y'all made me. I'm gonna have to go watch the cattiness, man. Just to see what happens.
Well, Caleb,
it was uncomfortable, and Sheryl had to keep her composure, and she had to whisper like this as a black woman to explain why she come on.
Yo, they so. This is why
it was just out of pocket.
Rose up on Sharon, stood over her like, yo.
You see, I think that we shouldn't do that though. I think that we get so afraid of being the angry black person that we try to tone it down, and then we end up, nah, man, I'm tripping at the door. I'm gonna let you know at the door. All right, I'm taking it at the door.
If you feel it's okay to talk to me a certain way, you're ready for whatever comes after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you was ready. And I think that was another one of our topics. Yeah, the next one. When do you feel disrespected? Like what makes disrespect to you? And I think like that for me would be a certain level of disrespect. Like you think it's okay to address me like this right now. And I'm not a violent person. Like I'm not out getting into fights. I wasn't when I was younger either. But I just feel like, why are you rolling your eyes, Keem?
I didn't roll my eyes, New York. What you talking about?
You know, it's hard.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips.
No.
I don't know. For me, it's just two things: my character and my integrity. I spent so long of my life doing the wrong thing and standing for nothing that my character is something I hold dear to me, and I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of my word, and I put my best foot forward. So as long as you don't attack my character, my name, and my integrity, I can care less about anything else. But you can't attack my name is my name.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna live and stand by that.
So what's your move? Somebody does disrespect you in one of those ways. Are you direct about, like, how do you move?
Like, for instance, my job. I just, was in a whole thing with them for the last year and a half. So it started off, I got hired doing plastic. It was manufacturing. My second week there, second day without trainer, I was working a machine that I didn't quite know, and I dropped something. Now, it was 5 dudes that been at the company 10 plus years, standing in the vicinity when it was going down. Because they're all Hispanic, they're just standing there watching, waiting for the black man to fuck up. So as soon as I dropped the shit, what did they do? They didn't help me. They ran and they told. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to give me drug tests or whatever. You know how they do. They don't want us there. It's a whole politics. So then the next day,
the Hispanics is against this too. You know,
yes,
we
I mean,
can't
but it's Southern California. It's a whole different game over here.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm half Puerto Rican, and I think within the Spanish community, there's a lot of like colorism that goes on because Spanish people look white, Spanish, black. I lived in a community, everybody looked different, everybody was Hispanic, and there's like a lot of like colorism that goes on in those communities. So I don't think.
So the next day, we have a before work meeting, and we walk into the meeting, and he calls me out in the meeting, and he says, "Hey, I heard that you were having some problems yesterday." And I stand up like, no, I didn't have no problems. You had some problems yesterday. And he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I stand up and I point the guys out. I'm like, him, and him. I asked him, like, how many years? One dude's like 10 years, 5 years, 12 years, 15 years. I'm like, you got 100 years worth of experience standing there watching me. And I dropped some shit and then they didn't do nothing to help me. I don't got no problem. You got 100 years of experience right there. And nobody did shit. You got the problem, not me. And then after the meeting, I ran up on him after we dispersed, and I'm like, bro, I don't care what you doing, but you ever make an example out of me in front of your little Paisa homies in no meeting regardless. And this is like my second week.
Yeah.
So from the jump, I had it out with the supervisor.
They didn't even have a meeting with you one-on-one.
Exactly. Like, don't try to call me out in front of your Paisa homeboys, because I already know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do that to appease them. I don't care about them. And it was just like, I don't know, man, these jobs, man, I'm blessed to leave. So it ended up getting so bad that the supervisor got switched. And like you said, I'm a good arguer, man. So I'll be in there arguing. So I got the supervisor switched and they got a new supervisor, but then we got into it and she threatened to call the police on me. So I'm like, man, I ended up leaving. That I took a 5-day off work while they investigated. I come back, I get into it with the supervisor because I'm telling her, like, when you threaten to call the police on me, you're threatening my well-being because you understand what's going on with police and black people in the moment. And this was like 6 months ago when this was like in the heat of shit.
Right.
So I'm like, man, this is terrible. Like, they tell me that everything was justified and that I'm suspended for the 5 days. I get no pay for none of that.
They crazy.
And it was just like crazy to me. So then what I did was, instead of playing the game that they played, I put my head down. I went back to work for 2 weeks and I took a disability leave.
Okay.
And I took a stress leave on their ass and I left there, took that shit for 6 months. And then I quit officially last week. And I'm officially 100% in this shit. I really did it 6 months ago. But it's always a play, man. And that's one thing is that when you sit back and you don't react with anger and you actually think of some type of option or some type of way out of the scenario,
right.
It's a lot more. So I think that we just got to not react.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean don't do nothing, but don't instantaneously react to disrespect, because there's always a play. You just got to figure out what that play is.
Killers move in silence. No.
Mm-hmm. Like lasagna.
Come on, lasagna.
I think, like, for me, feeling disrespected is, and I say that a lot. Like, I will say that a lot. Like, I feel disrespected or disrespecting me. I think once I let a boundary be known, because people don't know me, they don't know what to expect. So, you know, people are going to test. They're going to try to figure shit out. It's your job to, like, teach people about yourself. And I try to do that with grace. You know, this is who I am. You fucked up, or you did some shit, I didn't like it. Cool. So if it's like, once I set a boundary, I expect you to respect the boundary. So then if you're violating that boundary, it's like, we got to do something. And then it's like, you know, how valuable is the person to me? Do I want to work on a relationship or just let it go?
Right.
So I think that for me, like the boundary, once you know, and you're like, boop, fuck your boundary, I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you said that, but then that's kind of a contradiction from what you were saying with
Sweetie.
Oh,
Lord, not the PS5.
You know what I'm saying? So,
How?
How?
Yes.
Because he was disrespected, and you know what I'm saying? He was just trying to get his stuff and go, and somehow it was a problem with the way him trying to leave.
But you can feel disrespected and not bang nobody into a wall.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that.
That's what Moni has told me. I know what her next line was going to be. I know what the next line was going to be.
Wall or hurting her was never his intention. His intention was obvious. He
ain't even help her up.
But
his intention was to get his Call of Duty case and get up out of there. He was trying to do, and that was his intention. His intention was not to hurt her.
When you think you could put your hands on people, your intentions don't matter, because when you are in the heat of the moment and using force, he could have really hurt her. And like I said, the physical nature of men and women, like, you cannot take that out of the equation and say, like, she hit him first. Yes, she was wrong. I'm not saying she was right if that was the case. That does not mean it's okay for him to go and use his force to snatch it away, get it back, whatever. Handle it in a different way. Sue her afterwards. Go for her money. I understand it's a collector's item. Take the L. You know how much shit people lose in relationships? Like, it happens.
Car windows, gas tank.
Dignity.
It's always a man, though. A man is always losing his car windows and his clothes.
So you
in his house. I ain't never heard of no women getting her cars tires slashed.
Women just get violated by women who cheat on them and think it's okay to violate their bodies because they touch their games.
Listen, fighting or not, you're going to always be my cinnamon apple. And I'm just going to walk away and deal with it later.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do in that, man.
Because listen, she was on the ground. Then he put the PS5 in the elevator door to hold it open and was like, why are you down there? Like, come on.
No.
Like, get up.
Okay, we got a question.
Come on.
That question now. I want you to answer it. I need to answer
PKS. Where are my ladies at? Y'all are playing. Yay.
Ain't no lady said nothing about it except for Miss Patty. What if someone snatches your phone on the street? Are you not allowed to grab it back from
If it's a woman, take the L.
Let the woman have a phone.
First of all, why is she snatching?
Let that lady mug her hair your shit.
Get your phone. But again, in a relationship, it's different. That person, you don't know them. They're violating you. You really are trying to get your stuff back. You don't know why they did it. I'm sure he knows why she took his shit, because he was cheating on her. Like that. It's not like it came out of nowhere. It's an old past in relationship. And I'm also going to say, if she felt it was okay to hit him and he felt it was okay to hit her, that is an agreement that they have made in the past. Verbally, non-verbally, they have decided that that shit was okay to do in their relationship. It's not like on either part. Like, it's just not healthy for anybody.
So the question is, are you not allowed to grab it back?
You can.
Yes, because you don't have an agreement or any kind of situation with that I'm not saying take that woman and bash her against the wall.
So Mo is saying your significant other is somebody special to you, somebody you love and care for. So even in that moment, you should not want to hurt them. Sometimes it's hard because you're going to react quickly, but for the most part, you're going to want to make sure I don't want to hurt you. Let me walk away. We'll figure this shit out.
I'm telling you right now.
But that's a perfect world. If it's a stranger on the street, of course you're going to box and chase them down.
Because the video game, man. I'm telling you right now, it's because that was his video game.
I want his statement.
Me and my fiance almost broke up one time because she unplugged my PlayStation and deleted all of my stuff, and it was hell in the house.
Did you beat her?
No, I did not beat her.
Did you beat her?
No, I did not beat her.
Right now.
No, it wasn't about that. It was about, okay, my stuff is gone, it's deleted, and her shit was just like, oh well.
So why you didn't hit her?
I should have, according to Playboy.
You
knew better.
Because I'm not talking about him hitting her. I'm just saying the mindset of the women when it's a video game. It was just like, oh, whatever. It's just a video game, whatever.
But it's the people who take it there. I think a lot of crazy shit. I don't take it there. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't. I'm not trying to violate anybody like that. It's never my first thought to swing. You know, everybody doesn't operate that way. I understand if it is yours, but if you know that's how you work, you need some mechanisms to help yourself.
Have you seen the meme where it said, if a man packs his PlayStation, you know he done? He packed his PlayStation, man. She was mad because he was done.
She was like, don't leave me.
A man don't pack his PlayStation for nothing. He packed the PlayStation, he was done. She just came out with it later. He was leaving her.
She was keeping up. I mean, she was keeping up, but once he smashed up on that wall, she was done. She was on that ground like, oh.
So when was this? Was this recent?
No, this was a few years ago.
Oh yeah, so and they've been together for a minute, so it's like they probably had a little toxic thing going on.
It was always,
why are we even talking about this?
It's always crazy when stuff like this comes out after something bad happens. Like who had the video?
Because at first Quavo was like the good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. TMZ
how does TMZ get this stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
They got insiders, like, man.
Whoever saw that video was like,
a lot of people.
It could have been a security guy who was a paparazzi on the weekends. Like
a lot of people is doing stuff like, well, since they're broke up, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, now it's always men versus the women.
Come on, man.
Now we're just playing a video game.
Get forward.
Man, when you kick you with your boys all the time, now you at home kicking it with them virtually, and it's still like, damn, I'm at home.
Can't get no peace.
Video.
I don't know. It's just something about video games that a woman can't provide for you.
Period. And that's the end of it.
It's just, we love our video games.
Y'all want to go to the army? You can go. Like, is that why y'all play them? I don't know.
It's a competition thing. We love to compete.
Yes.
I just want to get on, and it's 100 other dudes on, and we're just in a fake world competing with each other.
Yeah.
It's just a testosterone thing.
Right.
Let me burn off some of this testosterone so I'm not all aggressive with you. Let me go shoot a bunch of people in a video game for 6 hours so that I can be less aggressive towards you, my love. You know?
I think video games, I think everybody should have their little release, their thing, whatever they do. But I mean, I play my little, like, whatever games I play and stuff on my phone, like the little cooking game.
Oh, come on, Candy Crush. I don't know if that's the same thing now.
Oh, Candy Crush.
I mean, that fast in my fingers serving dishes and stuff.
I've done that game and I love it.
I love that.
My restaurants be top notch. I got about 20 on my island.
Hello. We had another topic for y'all, but we will start off next week's show with it. We're going to talk about the incel community. Ended up in a YouTube trap somewhere. The involuntarily celibate. A community of men online who feel like they're nothing and nobody and no one will ever love them or have sex with them.
You got a book?
whole community
is chopping for $40 in the club right now, man. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know how
it's
people
somebody
end
for
up like this. How do you end up like this?
it's a market.
There is
for
a shorty
everybody.
for everybody.
Tell me, send me that cash app, and I send them 40 so they can go down to the club and get them a hollow one time, man.
But
Yeah.
it's an interesting conversation, interesting community. We're gonna start off the show next time with it because they need some milk.
Mm-hmm.
That's no way to live.
No way to live. Until next time, family. Thank you for joining us, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, popping in.
Yes. All right, y'all. Peace.